Welcome to Trustee Training, an overview of roles, a six-part training session presented by the State Library of Iowa. This session covers Part 6, Evaluating Service and Advocating for Advancements. The State Library of Iowa provides consultation, education, information, and support to all of Iowa's public libraries, to staff, directors, and trustees. These videos are presented by the State Library of Iowa's district consultants. My name is Jay Peterson, and I'm the district consultant for the North Central District. Our consultants are available to answer your questions and provide educational opportunities for your board. In addition to our consultation services, the State Library also has a trustee's handbook online, which we encourage every trustee to read. You can find the handbook on the State Library of Iowa's website at statelibraryofiowa.gov. In these videos, we'll provide a quick look at each of the board's top 5 roles or responsibilities as explained in the trustee's handbook. In this session, we'll be looking at Part 6, Evaluating Service and Advocating for Advancements. You can find the remaining videos on the State Library of Iowa's website. We'll first be talking about evaluating the service of your library. How do you determine what a library should be doing? It's a fundamental question for a trustee. How do you go about that? First off, you have two tools available to you, your strategic plan and your budget. Ideally, these things should support each other. The plan supports and informs how you should be spending your budgeted funds to meet the needs of your community. These tools give you a jumping off point for good service. Every board member should be aware of the budget and the strategic plan for the library as it exists. Refer to Chapter 8 of the Trustees Handbook for more detailed information on this topic. This is available at the State Library of Iowa website. Trustees are not there to micromanage library service and performance. The director and staff will be there to take care of the day-to-day operations of the library. The trustee is there to direct the big picture goals and objectives, and the library staff is there to fulfill those goals. Also, always be willing to survey how the library is doing, formally and informally, and assess what you hear by word of mouth in your interactions in the community. Ask people what they think of the library and let that inform your work. So this gets to the core of what you are as a library trustee. The definition is in the name. The community trusts you to make sure the library is operating in a way that leads to good outcomes for the community and the resources that are entrusted to you. So how do you remain informed of good library operations? How do you make sure the board members do their part? For this, you need to conduct trustee evaluations. If the board functions well, the chances are very good that the library itself will function well. Everything comes from that. It is important not to criticize individual members of the board, but work to improve the whole. We also stress good communication between board members. They must respond to emails and calls, speak and listen at meetings, because without strong communication, it's very difficult to run an effective board. You can consider creating a board improvement plan to address any weaknesses and help you and your board become highly functional. To assist with this, we've included these three tools in the appendix of our trustee manual. The individual assessment gives trustees a chance to figure out their own strengths and weaknesses. The full board assessment will help the group work together better as a whole. The tech savvy checklist will help everyone be aware of technology and tech trends. By the way, you do not need to be a tech expert to be a trustee, not at all. But having a familiarity with the important role technology plays in a public library will help you advocate for resources. Advocating for your library is very important. A library improves the quality of life in your community, and that is your goal. Your personal connection to your community is important. It has real value in terms of advocacy. You are a unique voice for the library and what it can do. Your connections matter. We also stress as a board that you speak with one voice and that you all agree on a course of action once the board decides on one after a decision is made. We also recommend that you try to know about your city and county government that may control your library funding. You need to be ready to let stakeholders know what the taxpayers want out of their library. You may be drafted to take part in public relations for the library. Remember that requests for funding always mean more coming from you, a volunteer concerned citizen serving on the board. Finally, an important part of being a trustee is supporting the concept of intellectual freedom. You should be aware of and be ready to defend the intellectual freedom of the library. The American Library Association defines intellectual freedom as the right of every individual to both seek and receive information from all points of view without restriction. Library users have the sacrosanct right to access, meaning that access to materials should not be restricted. Your library's collection development policy should inform how your library implements intellectual freedom. This is a very important topic in public libraries, and we encourage you to review Chapter 15 of the Trustee Handbook for more in-depth information. This concludes this session. We hope you all watch the other sessions in the series, which are available on the State Library's website at statelibraryofiowa.gov.